Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is RJ. So today we're dropping into Rollercoin and we're going to be checking out some updates you might have missed, so keep watching. Okay, and welcome to another video. And remember, if this is your first time visiting my channel and you want to learn more about how to earn cryptocurrency for free, about cloud mining sites, crypto investments and lots of other crypto related stuff, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tag that notification bell so you're alerted to all my latest content as it comes online. Okay, so as you can see, we are here in Rollercoin and it has been a week or so, I think, since the last time we did a video, which obviously was that big video on the battery and electricity system, showing you exactly what has changed and how it's going to work going forward. So anyway, before we get into the latest lot of updates, you'll see that obviously there was a bit of a delay, but the battery system has now been changed and added to the site. I am currently, it doesn't show it on here anymore. So I'm currently on my way to level 14. I haven't played my games yet. I've picked up the subscribe, the like, and we actually opened up an RLT case. I didn't realize it was actually after midnight, so it rolled over to today. I don't normally do these, but because of what's going on at the marketplace, which I'll talk about in a bit, it's just trying to get this whole spend at 15 RLT for the 25 XP is becoming more and more difficult. So now and again, it's not often, now and again, I'm sort of just rolling the dice and doing one of these loot boxes. And actually last night, I obviously spent 3 RLT on the cheapest loot box and I ended up winning 10 RLT. So in that case, it did pay off. But like I say, really, I don't advise doing these loot boxes. They are a risk. It is just purely a gamble. Like I say, the only reason I've sort of been doing it now and again is just trying to boost that XP because, you know, getting this 15 spending this 15 RLT and picking up the 25 XP is becoming more difficult, and like I say, I'll talk about that and what's going on in the marketplace later on in the video. So obviously you can see I've not played any more games than that yet, but we will be doing that later. And the other thing is if we look at the drop down here, we are over 4,000 RST now, and we only need, what is it, about 800, just over 800 to hit that 5,000 to get that second 5,000 RST miner from the store. And then obviously with that we can then, where is my miner? Here, this is my 5,000 RST miner. Once we get the second one, obviously we can then, if we've got any days left of the season, which I'm hoping we will, I'm going to start buying parts crates with my RST so I can merge both of those together, which then, like I say, should give us about 1.1 to 1.2 petahashes as a merged miner, which if we obviously just quickly dive into the store, is actually slightly higher than the 10,000 miner. So, you know, I mean, this goes quite a way back over a few seasons, but you know, I'll always have to give a big shout out to Tapuka, who is one of my long standing subscribers. Obviously I chat with her all the time on Discord, and she just happened to point out to me that basically buying 2 of these and then merging them together, you generally are always going to end up with more power than you will by buying a straight 10,000. Obviously, yes, you've got to buy the parts, so it's a, you know, it's a little bit more, but you're always going to get that extra sort of boost in the way of power by basically getting 2 of these and merging them together. And like I say, you know, I hadn't even picked up on that, and she pointed it out to me. So, you know, thank you very much to her. So if we go back here, so obviously a lot of, with some of these updates, it's just sort of details, but going through what the updates are saying that it has been done, I do like a lot of them. I think it's going to make things a little easier, and yeah, so anyway, let's get into that. So here is the summary. So the summary is basically what is being looked at through these updates. So you got the electricity rework. Now I've skipped this. The reason why I've actually skipped this in the updates today is because the summary is exactly that. It just is a basic summary on how the electricity system works. Now, for those of you, if you're still not unsure on how the electricity system works, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that full update, electricity system update video to the description. If you want to go and watch that, that is going to give you a better idea and a total understanding of how the electricity system now works compared to how it worked before. And if you go to the end of this video, that basically electricity system video will be there for you to watch, and you can just click straight on it. Okay, so what we're going to be looking at today is the market improvements, the LTC deposits, anti-cheat updates, and the items panel updates. Okay, so here we go. Market improvements. As you might already have noticed, we have some cool adjustments. Buying goods will become much easier now. Miners and racks characteristics are now displayed directly on the offer list page, which I think is absolutely brilliant. You don't have to now click on it to then go and to another page to read, you know, what the bonuses are and what, you know, and things like that on the racks. So yeah, so what has been added, collection bonus and rack bonus. So some new filters have been added as well. Finding the item you need is much easier. Just set your desired parameters. So collection bonus range, rack bonus range, power sort, collection bonus sort, rack bonus sort, which is obviously great, you know, so that obviously is going to help you really narrow down your search if you're looking for anything in particular. Say you want to know, right, I only want to look for miners that are going to give me a 5% bonus. You can do that, you know, and stuff like that. This is what I really like though. The max button has been added to price filter. It allows you to set your current RLT balance as the max range. All the range, and then it said all the range bars maximum values are automatically adjusted based on the highest value of the market. But yeah, that max button, I really like that. So if we just quickly drop into the market, so like I say, if you're looking for well, whatever it is, miners, parts, whatever, but let's say miners, I like this because basically you can just click here where it says max rather than using this slider. So obviously we can see here we've got 89 RLT there. If we click max, that automatically makes the maximum range 89 because that's what I've got in my bank. And then you can just click there, and then obviously from there you can go, okay, I want to only look at 2 cell miners. But then you've got all the rarity values as well, so you can look at common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, unreal, and legacy. And then obviously from there you can then see what is actually you can actually afford to buy, rather than sort of sieving through stuff, you know, trying to find something. The other thing, I don't, this probably has been on there for ages, but I've actually only just noticed it, that you can set, instead of having 12 miners, you can have 24 miners per page. So then obviously you've got you can go through a lot more, you know, in one scroll, and then obviously you can then just click over to the next page. But yeah, I don't know how long that has been there, but I've never noticed it. But yeah, so like I say, you know, I mean, it's like with parts, you can do the same. You can click max and you can click OK, you know, and you can just find all this. I just think it's those little filters, is just like they say, it's just made things a lot easier to look through. Okay, so let's carry on with the updates. So LTC deposits, working on this feature took a bit more time than expected. We are happy to announce that LTC deposits are about to appear in the game at the beginning of the new season. So that is obviously when they're going to come in the next season. So you've not got long to wait. The minimum deposit will be 0.05 LTC, or it basically 5 million Litecoin Satoshis, that works out to be, just in case you're not sure. But what about the LTC withdrawals? They are certainly in the plans. LTC withdrawals are planned to be added in 2024. Now, obviously, they're not saying when in 2024. It could be December 2024. I have no idea. But apparently, they are going to be coming. I mean, LTC has been in the game for a really long time now. It does surprise me that they haven't done this earlier. But, you know, obviously, they've been updating other things. Okay, so anti-cheat. Here we go. So protecting fair players against cheaters has always been our highest priority. We keep taking steps to address any rule violations and prevent potential game abuse. A bug allowing manipulation of market prices through continuous order price editing has been fixed. Now, I'm not quite sure what that means, but I don't know if it was their system was constantly sort of rebalancing the market or something like that when it says order price editing. I'm not sure if that's what it was doing, but this leads into what I'm going to address about the marketplace. So capture from the marketplace operations has also been added. Why is this so important for all fair players? While it might impact some players' trading experience, it also helps to clear marketplace of bots and let fair players get access to the best market deals. Now, I don't fully agree with that. What do you think of the latest capture update? Leave your feedback via this form. Obviously, if you want to do that, there is a form in the blog. You can go and give that. But the thing is, though, they'll probably accept your feedback through Discord as well. But anyway, so this leads me into what I'm talking about with the marketplace. Now, obviously, they're talking about how they've changed or they fixed a bug. Now, obviously, they can say they fixed a bug, but it might actually just be that they programmed the market to work a particular way. They've suddenly realized that we as players have figured a way to work the system, not in an abusive way, not in a cheating kind of way, but you know, we've sort of figured out certain things. And one of them, and this is sort of connected with the whole spending 15 RLT and gaining the 25 XP, but it's also connected with the mini events. Now, I don't know how many of you out there, I think I did mention this in a video ages ago, that this is sort of what I was doing. And I said, look, you guys can do this as well. But if we go into the parts, right, when it comes to picking up that 15 or spending that 15 RLT and picking up that 25 XP, what I used to do was I would come in here, I'd go into uncommon, and then I would spend 15 RLT on parts. And then all I would do is then resell those parts for as close to the price I'd bought them for, to then basically get that 15 RLT back. And then obviously, so you're not really losing anything, but you're gaining 25 XP. Now, this is also the way a lot of people used to play the mini events. So obviously with the mini events, you're earning points. But the thing is you could come in here, you could buy 15 RLT worth of uncommon fans, and that would give you some like 5,000 to 6,000 points in a mini event. And then what you could do is then you'd resell them, maybe for close to what you'd bought them for, but maybe a little bit lower, so they would sell quickly. Then you'd go back in and spend the same amount on another lot of parts, which would then give you another 6,000 points in the mini events. And people were doing this, and that is how a lot of people were getting through the mini events really, almost to the end, and basically collecting all the parts, collecting all the rewards. And I mean, I used to do it, and I'd get up to usually I'd get about 50%. I'd get to about level 12, level 15, something like that, doing that. But usually what I would do, again, this is a big shout out to Tapuka, because in our Discord, if you go into the Rollercoin chat, Tapuka is absolutely brilliant, and she always posts the full sort of printout of what the prizes are going to be in each mini event, which is so helpful, because you can look through that. And sometimes, me and Tapuka have discussed this. You kind of go, well, they are not great prizes, so it's not really worth trying to get to the very end. But they might have some really good, say, XP rewards, and they are worth getting, because obviously they're going to push you, help push you through the season pass and get you to those different levels. So a lot of times, me and Tapuka, and I'm sure other people, would sort of look at, okay, so if I get to like level 5, where they've got like that 100 XP or 120 XP, and before that they might have had a 50 XP or a 20 XP. So I would work down to that point, and then I wouldn't bother any further, because that particular mini event for me, anything after that, the rewards were not that great. But sorry, I know I'm digressing here, but basically this is why I think Rollercoin have done what they've done. So they're, like I say, they're saying it's a bug fix, but I think they've realized what people were doing with this buying and selling of parts, and that's why they've done what they've done. Also as well, if we quickly just here, let's click on this. So let's click on this. If we look at one, this is something also as well you've really got to pay attention to. So if I click buy, I get this, and then I get this. Now, while I'm doing this, first off, I know a lot of you have been getting a little lost with this capture and how you do it. So you can see up here, you've got 2 of your hamsters. This will be the first one, and this will be the second one that you need to click on. And when you click on them, you'll see a little blue circle, but it says number 1. And that is the first one. And then obviously you click that one, and that is number 2, because that is the second one going from that left to right. And then you'd click confirm. But I don't know if some people have just been clicking, or getting them the wrong way round, and just been clicking the first one they see, but it's not necessarily the first one here. So that's what you got to do. You always got to make sure that you're clicking on this one on the left as number 1, and then whatever it is on the right, that is number 2. And then you click confirm. But you'll also have noticed that while you're doing this, we started off with the parts being worth 0.049, which is now showing 0.049. But while I was explaining that to you, it did change to 0.047. So what you've got to be aware of while you're concentrating on doing this, make sure that the price here does not go up, because if it does go up, you don't want to be paying more than you would do. So like, let's say you've decided, right, I'm going to get 15 RLTs worth of parts, yeah? So you type in, like when I was doing it when the prices were a lot lower, which is another thing as well, which I think this whole bug fix has changed, because these parts would be high, like sort of like a 0.0399 to say 0.042 before this bug fix. Now the price is around 0.045 to 0.052. So, you know, why that has suddenly altered what the price is, other than, like I say, they're sort of doing it to stop people doing what we were doing. So, you know, because obviously it's a lot more expensive, and then you've got to try and recoup that, and then, you know, so again, you sort of, if you're trying to recoup that quickly to get through the mini events, you could end up losing a lot of RLT because of the how much higher this price is and the fluctuations. But like I said, let's say, you know, I bought 400 fans and that equaled 15 RLT. But while I'm focusing on doing this capture, that price suddenly changes to 17 RLT, but you don't notice that because there you go, look, it's gone to 0.245. So we'll grab that. Oh, I see, invalid challenge, right? So because obviously you've probably got a time limit on the capture, I'm guessing then. So again, so we'll do this one as 1, that one as 2, and then we check that, and it's got, look, you see, it's gone up to 4977 again. So if you notice that price change, you know, and you're like, that's way too expensive, just click the X. Just click the X and then click anywhere else, and then you won't buy it. Because like I say, I understand what they're saying. The reason why they've put the capture in there is for bots. But also something I've noticed is that they've now removed the capture. I think, I haven't seen it for a long time. They seem to have removed the capture from the games, which obviously they put the capture in the games saying it was because of bots. Now, I don't know if they've just done something to prevent bots being ability to access the game, but like I say, they put the capture in there, then they've removed it, now they've put the capture in here, and I think, like I say, I think it's more to do with this whole this thing with the mini events and this thing with getting the 25 XP, which is also, I think, connected with why the price has gone up so much, because they're trying to slow people down on buying things, so you're not doing that thing with the mini event. But also as well, like I say, the capture takes your focus away from the price. So like I say, you could be set at 15 RLT once you've done, but while you're doing the capture, that could change to 17 RLT or 20 RLT with the prices they are now, and you're going to click confirm thinking, yeah, okay, great, and then you're going to suddenly realize, hang on, that why is way more RLT gone from my account? And it's just basically because that price altered while you were doing the capture. So obviously I just wanted to sort of, I know I probably went on a bit about there, but it's just, I think, you know, I just think it's a little sus, you know, and Rollercoin is constantly saying that they're doing stuff for our benefit. But, you know, as we know, Rollercoin does have a tendency of giving with one hand and then taking away with the other. You know, so, you know, just sort of, like I say, just keep an eye on that and make sure that you're not spending more than you want to spend. And for those of you that don't know a whole lot about Rollercoin, but think it looks like a fun and interesting way to earn yourself some free crypto, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description to a tutorial. And that's going to give you a lot more information and a better understanding of what you need to be doing to get your accounts up and running and earn yourself some of those free coins. But if you go to the end of this video, that link will be there also, so you can just click straight on it and get watching. Okay, so is this what we just, so we've just done that. Here we go. So items panel. We received a lot of feedback from you, and it's clear that some improvements are in order. What's in plans? Separate tabs for miners and racks. Personally, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of racks in my items panel because any ones I get, if I don't want them, I'll sell them. But okay, adding filters, sorting by set parameters, auto removing all miners. Now that is probably that's a time saver. So if you want to, for some weird reason, clear all your miners from every room, you've just got to click one button, and then obviously you can then add the miners according to the parameters and the various filters that are going to be now implemented into that items panel. And then it says and more. The ETA is set for the first quarter of 2024, so that's going to be no later than March then. To be clear, items panel update is a complex process involving lots of time and effort. The update can be divided into several parts, as well as other changes may appear in the process of development. But fear not, we will keep you informed about everything. Items panel update could also include the change many of you asked so far. This change is inventory bonus removal. This means that the collection bonus from miner placed in player's inventory won't be counted anymore. Now they've been, well, firstly, let me say is that obviously they're saying here that the update with the items panel could be divided into several parts. So what we're saying is it's going to be, the ETA is set for the first quarter, which, like I say, is no later than March. But it could be started in March. Doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be finished in March. They could drag that out for I don't know how long. But also as well, it said, about the inventory bonus removal, they have been dangling this carrot saying that this is going to happen for so long now, but yet it still hasn't. And personally, I'm not sure it ever will, because you've got so many big accounts. You've got massive accounts now, and I would say that a lot of their power is probably sat in their items panel. And if they've spent, and I talked about this before, let's say they've spent $1,000 on, I don't know, one of these high-end miners that gives a petahash or more, and they've bought multiple of those, and they just thought, well, I'll just shove them in my items panel, and I'm still going to get all the bonus, yeah, it's not even a power thing, is it? So let's say they've just bought loads of miners that have got really high bonus, like 5% bonuses, and then they're just like, well, the power of them, because they could buy, let's say they could buy the legacy miner, some of the legacy miners, which have 5% bonuses on them, but they're not that expensive because they are legacy miners. They're not new miners. They're old miners, but they've got really high bonus. So they could have bought a load of them, think, well, they're not powerful enough for me to put them into the room, so I'm just going to put them in the items panel, and if I buy one of this, one of that, one of that, and one of that, each one has a 5% bonus. Well, I've just gained 20% bonus by buying 4 miners and shoving them in my items panel. And, you don't know how many that they could have done. So personally, I'm not sure that will ever happen because, like I say, with these massive accounts, or whale accounts is what a lot of people refer them to, I'm sure they will not be happy that suddenly all this money that they've invested is worthless. Because that bonus that they've gone after and stuck in their items pile is no longer usable. And the thing is if they sell them, well, they can't get their money back. You know, if they've invested money from their bank to do that, they can't get their money back. All they'll get is RLT. So, like I say, I'm not sure if this will ever happen. And I think they keep referring to it. So people, you know, with lower accounts are going, oh yeah, well finally Rollercoin are going to do something about this, you know, because it's not fair because you've got some of these massive accounts that are basically getting a lot of their bonuses from their items panel. Yeah, it's about time they sorted that out, you know, and I think that's why they keep mentioning it. So you guys out there that are not happy about it are appeased for a short period of time, and then obviously people then start having the conversation again, you know, oh, when's this going to happen? Rollercoin said that it was going to happen, you know, and it still hasn't happened. You know, when is it actually going to happen? And then, you know, in a few months' time, they'll do an update next year maybe, and they'll be like, yes, you know, this is, you know, obviously this is something we're looking at, and we're possibly going to do this inventory bonus again. You know, that's what, and it just seems to be this constant conversation which people are having on Discord, and Rollercoin are actually trying to avoid doing anything about, but want to look like they're doing something about it. So, you know, like I say, it is what it is. But anyway, that is it for the updates. I'm going to leave that there. I hope you found that helpful and informative. If you are interested in those earlier videos that I talked about, they're probably on your screen right now. So get clicking and get watching. And if you can smash that like button, please, it really does support my channel, which then helps me make more content to help you. So take care, have a great rest of your week, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.